Yo, what's up people, it's your boy P, also known as Captain P67. We're here today for my Longsword Blast God build video for you. So, I previously showed what I rolled for my RTM weapon, so we finally got the crit boost 3. So without further ado, I'm going to go and show all the skills and showcase everything for you. I'll go through all the skills top to bottom. As this is my first God build video for Monster Hunter Wilds, I know there's a lot of newer players, so I will go through all the skills as quick as I can to have a bit of balance for newer players as well as more veterans that understand the mechanics. But without further ado, let's get into it, and I'll go through the full stats. Now these stats you see here are going to change as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the training area, and what I'm going to do is set the dummy to a level 8, and we're going to add some extra stuff on there. Now if we just go off the basis first of all, so as you can see on the screen, what we got currently is crit boost 5, blast attack 3, weakness, which is also known as Wex 5, which is max, agitator 5, quick sheath 3, maximum might 2, adrenaline rush 1, counter strike 1, recovery up 1, recovery speed 1, adaptability 1. We've also got some bonuses, Jindihard's Revolt and Arkveld's Hunger, which I'll go through as well. So I think we can first and foremost start off with the gear, and I'll go through everything with you as well. So what we want to look at is, if you look into the far right of the screen, so it says at the moment attack base is 686 and affinity 40% plus element. However, I did say we're going to change this over, and I will show you these skills and everything that's been added for the full set. I'll move the camera off the screen as well, but we're going to change these settings to 8 over here, so it's the highest rank. With this build I did actually run all the tempered monsters. We did every single hunt under 10 minutes as a casual hunt, and we did a bit of finishing and some counter finishes as well, just to show that as well. So what we're going to put the training dummy to is smash mode, and I'll just show you a couple of things which is pretty cool with the build as well. So just to recap, it's level 8, it's got a smash mode activated, and that's what's been activated right now. So the reason I mentioned those specific stats on the right, if you look, it says TAC 752 affinity, that's gone up to 55%. With this build we got maximum crits, so we got maximum affinity, we got 105 affinity on the build, and again I'll go through this when I go through the skills with you. Now I just wanted to show you a couple of things here real quick. So if you can see on the right now, it says adrenaline rush has been activated. That's number 1. What we also activate on there as well, when we equip the Rocksteady Mantle or we counter, is another skill. Which if we take the hit, it should have been activated now, which is the counter strike. It should have been activated already. For some reason it doesn't look like it's activated now. But regardless, if you look now, it says 18 attack and 35 affinity. Now with the agitator kicking in, so we should be able to proc the adrenaline as well. So what I'll do is I'll try and dodge it from here. There you go, so it did actually wear off. There you go, adrenaline's activated now. And this is what we do when we hit. Those are the numbers you'll be seeing there. So 802 affinity 55 and element 290. Now what I'm going to do is I'll quickly move the camera away from the screen. So the reason why I just showed you that, I just wanted to show you with this build you can proc adrenaline rush and counter strike, and with the build as well on top of agitator. So this will give you higher damage numbers and higher everything. So I'm gonna move the camera off the screen now so you could see everything fully, and then we'll go through the gear top to bottom, and I'll go through all the skills with you as well. So now we should be able to see everything, or everything should be visible for you. So if we go over to here, we should be able to change equipment. Now what I've got is my main longsword, the Dalmentius, which is an RTM weapon which I covered already. However, when I did reinforce it, this is what we've gone. Well, this is what we've got, and I think this is literally the perfect god roll for this build. However, the way I've made this build is, no matter what roll you get on your build, it will be perfect regardless. And again, I'll go through everything top to bottom as quick as I can for you. Now, my one, we got sharpness, which I think speedrunners, and I've seen a lot of videos recommending one and the rest of attack, but again, I'll go through that with you in a second. However, me personally, not everyone is a speedrunner. Not everyone likes to play in solo mode and speedrunning. You do want to do multiple hunts, and it is fun to play with friends. And in multiple instances where you're playing with friends or you're playing with lobby members, you're not going to always have the perfect hits or the best hits to be optimal to keep one sharpness. So me personally, I think sharpness, having two, is literally perfect. Whether you're doing solo play, multiplayer, or you're just playing freestyle and using Crimson Slash a lot, or you're using Helmbreaker or old school style where you're getting your meter up the manual way, it just doesn't matter how you play if you have two sharpness on there. And also, if you have two sharpness on there as well, that allows you to have more offensive skills, so you're not sacrificing any sort of defense or handicraft or anything like that. Now, with all the tempered monsters I did, like I said, I beat them all just live on the stream, under 10 minutes, just casual hunts. And I'll do a quick video showcase on Gore Magala tempered for you as well. But with this one, we got affinity, element boost 50. So we got the blast proc at its highest at 50. You can roll a 30, but I rolled it with 50. And literally in the fight, I'll show you with Gore Magala, the first 3 hits on every monster normally procs a blast, if it's not 4 to 5, and then we end up proccing way more after like 7 hits in. So sometimes we do 2 blasts already at 7 hits in the fight as well. Now you can see what stats I've got on there already, and again we'll go through all the gear top to bottom. Now what I've gone for is the Jinderhard head piece, which gives you a weakness exploit and agitator, and then I'll go for the decoration separately so it's not too confusing as well. And then we're going for the chest piece, the Arkveld male beta, which gives you Wex weakness exploit with a 3 and a 2 slot. This one gives you a 1 slot. We're going for the G Rathalos Van Braces beta, which gives you 1 Wex with a 2, a 1 and a 1 slot. And we're going the waist Arkveld, which gives you, well, Arc Vulcan Coil beta, which gives you Wex 2, recovery speed, 2 1 slots. And then we're going for the legs, which gives you the hard Shardgrease beta, which gives you agitator 2 and gives you a 2 slot as well. In regards to the talisman, we're going for the agitator 2, which is the current max you can have. And the reason we're going for the Rocksteady mantle is to show you where the other decorations come into play with the counter strike, and that can work better for you as well. So what I did say we'll go for is to change the gear. So I think we'll just go out here quickly and we'll go to Gemma. I think it's way better just to go for the decorations, and then I'll go for the decorations and what we've got and why we got it, and then I'll go for the skills top to bottom as quick as I can, explain it all, and then we'll run a quick hunt. And if the hunt goes on too long for the whole video in the build video, I'll just edit some parts out and then you can just watch the full fight. I'll link the full fight if you want to watch that as well in the description for you as well. So just wait for it to load. This is on my E drive, so it does take a little bit longer to load the models and the characters and the settings, as I've run out of storage since I am streaming multiple games, but I do absolutely love this game. So I couldn't find where to do that directly, so we've gone to Gemma just to go for the decorations. So if you look, I've got a crit boost 3 here for this decoration in my 3 gem slot, because when you craft an RTM weapon you get 3 gem slots, so that's why they're so good. So crit boost 3 in here, we've gone for a crit boost 2 in here, and then we've gone for the blast 3 for that blast procs to like continuously go off and add a lot quicker as well. We've gone for adaptability jewel in the helmet. We've gone for a adrenaline rush, which is a counter attack jewel 3 for the chest piece. And we've gone for a mighty jewel, which gives us maximum might for the chest piece as well. For the gloves, we've gone for maximum might, mighty jewel 2, as well as a medicine, which gives us recovery up. And we've gone for a sheath, which is a quick sheath. We've gone for level 3 on that as well. And that's also for the Arc Vulcan coil beta. We've had a quick sheath 1 in there. And then finally for the hard Shark Greaves beta, we've added counter strike, which is known as counter jewel 2. Now, what I did say I would go over is the skill info for everything. So if we quickly go top to bottom, why we've got everything and why it's so strong, the build. We have 100% affinity. We actually have 105 affinity, as you saw. 55 plus the Wex is 105, but I'll explain how that works for newer players as well. But as far as build goes, we've got 105% crit chance, which is affinity, and we got crit boost. So increases damage dealt by critical hits to 40%, which is the top of the top, creme de la creme. That's why it does so much raw damage, base damage, as well as blast damage. We've also got the blast attack maxed out as well. So if you read what it says, increase the rate of blast build up, a lot more blast procs proc off, and then it also says bonus 50. So as base, it should say 150 blast procs, but for some reason I see 160 and then I see extra procs go off. So I'm not sure if that's because of this or not, but the blast just seems to do a lot of blast, and you'll see in the video as well. Wex I've already explained, which is abbreviation for weakness 6 point for new players. Increases the affinity of attacks that exploit a monster's weakness points and wounds. So level 5, attack that hits weak points have a 30% increased affinity with an extra 20% on wounds. So because we have a base of 55, including all the procs that come off before we including Wex, with total we do 105. So all you got to do is hit the weak spots on the monster and you'll get those 100% crits, and that's why the extra damage will come through in general. And that's why when we was on the training dummy, you'll see those orange numbers with the like apostrophe marks on them as well. Now, what we've also got, which I don't find a lot of the builds have included, is agitator maxed out as well. And a lot of the times people, or the current so-called meta, what people are saying you should go on an RTM weapon is 4 attack and 1 sharpness. However, with the RTM weapon, if you get 4 attacks and 1 sharpness, that's will give you an additional 20. Flat 20 damage. We actually have this with the agitator. So if you can see off base already, I have with 5 agitator, which procs on every single monster when they're enraged, which you enrage every monster because you get them more mad, especially tempered. Attack plus 20 is included with it, and we also get additional 15% while active, and it stays active as well. We've got quick sheath 3, speeds up weapon sheathing, greatly increases sheathing speed. I mean, you can get the weapon sheath, do more attacks, quicker damage, quicker DPS, it all stacks up. Maximum might increases affinity if stamina is kept for a full period of time. With Longsword, you actually keep your stamina up unless you're doing certain attacks or rolling, but even then your maximum might will kick in. So as you saw on the training dummy, when I went in there, my affinity went up straight away, and I didn't really lose the maximum might. I got it back straight away pretty much as well. Now, the reason why I showed you those counters and the other stuff as well, if you are capitalizing on skills to level 2 or 3, your skills will diminish further. So instead of going for example, Adrenaline Rush 2, where I'd only have attack 15, I've gone for Adrenaline Rush and Counter Strike, which give me a flat 10 on both. So temporarily increases attack power after executing a perfectly timed evade just as a monster attacks. So where I was using the training dummy to show the smash, if you just roll or iframe a monster, this will kick in, which will give you an extra 10 flat on top, which is better than getting 2 points, which will only give you 15. Whereas if I proc it with Counter Strike, which another one, temporarily increases attack after being knocked back. If you're wearing the Rocksteady mantle, that automatically kicks in anyway, which is amazing. However, I did find when I was countering, this also kicks in as well with the hyper armor. So either way, you will be proccing these two on top, which will give you a flat additional 20 on top. So even if you roll the perfect RTN roll, which so-called is a perfect RTN roll, with 4 attacks, you'll have 20. With these two alone, you've already got that included. But then we also have Agitator, which is an additional 20, which is why the build is so ridiculous, for raw damage as well as blast damage on top. Now, the reason why I called it a god build, you can't always have a lot of offense if you don't have good defense. Now, with these two, these synergize just like these two synergize. With recovery up, increase the amount of recovered mana recovery, restoring health. So whether you're taking a potion or this, for example, with the Arc Veil set that we've got on, when we're fighting, the more attacks we do to the monster, we get a little bit of HP back. But with these two, we actually get a lot more HP back. So we're always like keeping our HP topped up, and we're always in the fight. So no matter what, as long as we're doing damage, we're getting recovery up. And these two just increase the speed, which you recover back as well. So this one increases the amount recovered, and this one speed heals of recoverable damage, the red portion of health gauge. So we're always getting HP back. So it's just like ebony and ivory basically, they just go perfect together. Now we've also got adaptability included as well. So it grants protection against environmental damage such as frost, heat or cold. Or from heat or cold. So we don't have to take a potion, a cold potion or a hot potion. We can just carry on blasting. Now this is pretty cool. It's not used in every situation. However, if you are hunting, and which I mentioned multiple hunts, not just for one monster, if for any reason you get webbed by the other monster that can web you, or you get frostbite, or you get pinned down from a monster, power clash isn't going to work for us since we're using longsword. It just doesn't happen because that's not the way the weapon works. But the other three procs can happen, especially if you're going hunting on any monster and you get hit by those procs. And we get an additional attack boost again, so that kind of synergizes with the build, so we're doing even more damage. And the Arc Veil's Hunger as well is what I was talking about in regards to the synergy of these two. So if you just read what it says, since we've got two pieces, regenerates a small amount of health as you continue to attack the monster, and it recovery varies by weapon, but because we have recovery up, we get the HP back a lot quicker and better in general. Now that goes over the skills, and I've showed already the weapon and what we rolled, but if you want to see it again, I can go for that with you. Now, what I'll do is we already showed like the trainee dummy, so why don't we go to an actual quest. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll do a quick showcase on a tempered Rathalos, which will be in the basin at area 7. Let's lock and load. Alright, so it's not too far from where we are, so we'll take some buffs quickly. Go. One blast drop for you. another blast trap. So yeah, as I pretty much mentioned, if you notice, I played a bit recklessly in regards to sharpening, well, sharpness management, but normally as you just get to blue, most of the time the monsters will just be moving away from the area. Might be a few monsters to deal with as we fight this stuff. More blast trucks. Is that a Desc? Oh wow, he's running away now. And there we go, folks. That is the build in action from start to finish. You probably saw a lot of blast procs, you probably saw the counter, you saw the agitator procking as well. But as you can see, even against tempered monsters, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Covers all angles for what you might need, and it just helps you blast through any sort of content you might need as well. But that is the build. So again, just there's the skills if you want to recap the skills, and build how you want to build. That's the main thing, have fun. But that is my Longsword Blast God build from start to finish. And links will be in the description below. So I stream on Twitch every day, so if you need any help, you want me to carry you or help you on any missions, I'm Hunter rank 141. I've done everything in the game. I've done casual speed runs and all the monsters, all the tempered monsters as well. So I'm good on content and what I've done. So I'm more than happy to help any players and new players if you've got any questions. On the YouTube side of things, just post in the comments below. If you want any more questions about the build or you're not too sure how things work, just let me know and I got you covered. But after this, I will be doing a switch axe god build, and I'll be doing a god build for all the melee weapons in the game for raw, since raw is the best type of damage at the moment, as well as blast, I believe. And I've also got a couple of 4A builds which are pretty strong as well. And that was the tempered Rathalos done in 7 minutes 58 seconds for you from start to finish as well. But apart from that, wherever you are, have a good morning, have a good night, have a good evening. I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy and peace out.